Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. You know, this channel is all about building a soul-aligned business and living your most magical life with the power of mindset hacking. In today's video, we talk about spring cleaning, and in particular, I want to talk to you about spring cleaning in order to attract more success in your life. No matter if you want to build a business, have better relationships, be more fulfilled, be more balanced, trust me, this spring cleaning process will make all the difference for you. It's only 3 steps, so it's pretty easy to implement, so let's jump right in. I got the inspiration for this video because I felt pretty down and a little bit in a funk. I couldn't really tell what it was, but I just felt that I was completely off. I slept for ages, I couldn't motivate myself, I procrastinated a lot, I lacked motivation, inspiration, and I was just feeling pretty low. And at first I thought it was the moon energy or something like that, but then I realized it was just something that I was suppressing all the time, and I couldn't really answer myself the question as for why I felt that way or where it comes from. But I journaled about it and I couldn't really find an answer, so I decided, okay, let's just give in and just let it go and do something else. So I tried to really detach myself from all the hustle, all the grind, and just allow myself to have a little bit more space in order to reflect and step back. You know, I preach that all the time, but sometimes it's hard for me as well to implement it on your daily routine, especially if you want to build a business, if you want to attract success, create success, and are a high achieving person. Because let's face it, I like to hustle and I like to be productive, but sometimes the most productive thing you can do is just to let go, chill out, and see what answers you will receive. And I received some answers, and I want to ask you if you have ever felt like the same. So without rambling, I'm just going to tell you what I mean. And it's basically that I realized I consume way too much information all the time. And we live in an environment where we actually receive information everywhere, and it's hard to really distance ourselves from information, from receiving. But the problem is that we overconsume and undercreate. And I feel like that's something that can really lack or drain your inspiration and creativity, because you feel like you consume all the time and you feel productive because you consume and learn, but actually you're not productive, you're not really learning, you're just consuming and numbing your own creativity. And I feel like that's the whole issue we have, because then we feel like we are not unique, we are not good enough, we don't have anything magic in us, and the truth is that we just don't allow ourselves to have the time to connect to our magic. And that's just one part of the 3 things I want to really dive into today. But the first thing really is have a look if you overconsume, and if you really are the type of person that has like pages of wish list, books you want to read, books you buy but haven't read yet, courses you have bought, memberships you are a member of, I don't know, whatever, like the podcast list you want to listen to. I know for me, like I have a watch later list on YouTube, and it's basically growing every day, and I never I never have the time, or I take the time to really consume everything. And the thing is, you don't want to just consume everything and, I don't know, just have the information in your head and then you forget about it. I'm a big fan of really consuming specific topics that really help you grow, but the thing is, you have to digest everything and then you have to make it your own. And I feel like that's a missing part a lot of people just forget. You just consume, but you don't take the time and the space to really allow yourself to digest everything, to think about it, digest it in your mind, in your subconscious mind, and then really connect it to your own magic and your own purpose in order to create something new. And I feel like that's a part that I myself miss a lot, and I know that a lot of girls I work with and that message me tell me that all the time, that they just consume, buy a new course, sign up for a new membership, but they don't really implement anything. And a lot of the times they buy so much, and that's, for me, it's the same thing. I sign up for memberships, courses, and buy new books, audiobooks, sign up for new podcasts, follow new people, and I can't really physically digest or consume all of the things. And then I have pages of to-do lists, what I want to listen to and learn and consume and whatever, that I feel so overwhelmed and don't know where to start. And obviously that puts a lot of pressure on me, and sometimes that just drains me, and I feel tired all the time. And it's just because I want to learn and grow so much as a person, and it's a passion of mine, but I overdo it with learning and consuming, and don't really implement the things that are really important and that connect me to my own purpose. So my action steps for this problem really is to do a spring clean for whatever you consume. And this is so important. I feel like unfollow people, mute people, unsubscribe from podcasts, unsubscribe from YouTube channels. Put stuff away from your wish lists on Amazon, what you want to buy as a book, whatever you have saved for later. Just check in with yourself if you really need that, if it really helps you grow, and if you technically can really consume the things. Because let's face it, like most of the time we put stuff on our watch later or have a look at it later list because it's not actually that important, and that is why we don't want to consume it right away, but we feel like, oh, maybe later. But later never comes. So to be honest with yourself, really have a think and check in with you if you actually want to consume all of the topics you have saved for later, if you want to read that book, if you want to really listen to all of the podcasts you have saved, to all the YouTube videos you want to watch later, if you really actually care about all of the topics that are covered by a certain people. And my suggestion for you really is to focus on 3 people you actually consume everything of. And I feel like we have seasons of people we follow and unfollow, and that's completely fine and normal. But please do yourself a favor and don't just follow everything and consume everything, because you don't need everything. And you really have to see and check in with yourself what feels good in your gut, what is really important for your growth, and what can you really implement and connect with your own purpose. Please don't consume everything, because it will overwhelm you. And I mean, let's face it, we can't sit there and learn and implement stuff all the time. We also have to build our business, have a personal life, have friends, family, self-care, and all of these things, they just come, like you won't have enough time for everything if you feel like you have to learn and consume all the time, and you don't actually take the time to digest and implement the things. And for me, I know that if I consume all the time for a longer period of time, I can lose my sense of uniqueness, because I feel like I repeat what someone else has done before. And I know that's a struggle a lot of female entrepreneurs have. If they consume all the time and they feel they don't really have something unique or magic, and that's because you don't allow yourself to put your own magic spin on everything you learn, because you just learn and consume, but you never digest. And I feel like I repeat myself, but it's so important that you understand that you have to take time off learning, off doing anything, just to digest it in your mind in order to create something new and unique around it. Speaking of decluttering everything internal and external we consume, of course, it's also important to do a spring clean in your mind. In your mindset. You know, when you think of spring cleaning, we go into a new season and we want to build something new. Sometimes we feel like we just run away and build a completely new life. That happens after winter, because we feel like the sun is coming out and we want to start something new, build something new. And if you feel like that, I would highly suggest, first of all, to declutter your wardrobe, to see what really fits you and the person you are about to create or about to quantum leap in. Because of course we do some quantum leaps and we shift into a new identity, a new perspective. Some people like me cut their hair off, change the color of the hair, whatever it is that you want to really express that you are in a new season in your life. Check in with your wardrobe and see if there's stuff that really doesn't fit or align with your new self-image anymore, and then just declutter it. Maybe you can sell it, maybe you can just give it to people that need it. Just get rid of it if you don't want to really have the energy of the old clothes anymore. And it's really about the energy, because I don't know about you, but when I wear like stuff I've worn in a period or in like a certain time of my life where I didn't feel that well, I feel like when I wear these clothes again, I kind of put myself in the same energy back again, and it feels like a setback. So I don't like that. It's the same with perfume. I don't know if you feel the same, but sometimes when you smell a certain perfume and it just reminds you of a certain time in your life, you can't really have the same perfume anymore, even though you have loved it at the time, but now you just grown out of it. And I feel like with clothes it's the same. You just want to switch things up, change it, and switch into a new wardrobe, and it's actually a good excuse to just buy new stuff, which is awesome. So instead of buying new courses and new books, maybe you want to buy new clothes. So that's a good idea, I feel like. And the last tip I want to give you for spring cleaning is actually decluttering your stories in your head and limiting beliefs and everything that comes with limitations and stuff you tell yourself all the time, all day. It's again your self-image, and I would highly suggest you do that in an intense journaling session, not only in the morning's journaling session. So just take a time or a day off and rewrite your own story, I guess. So rewrite what you really want to think about yourself, what's not longer serving you, and the new season person you want to step into in summer, spring, whatever you want to call it, and see what's not serving you, what you think, and you have to just let go of, and have a list of things you want to let go of and of mindset shifts you want to make in order to become the person you actually want to be. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, because with the whole decluttering, minimalism thing, sometimes it just feels so refreshing to cut your hair off, unfollow people, get rid of to-do lists, get rid of wish lists, get rid of everything, and just focus on the most important things that really bring you back to your purpose, to your own soul, to your own magic, because it feels like you're coming back to yourself again, and you're not just consuming all the time. So let's declutter our life. I feel like it's the beginning of something new and fresh. And let me know in the comments below if you declutter your mindset, your wish lists, your courses, whatever, if you have ever done a declutter like that, because I feel like it's just so refreshing. I love it, and I feel automatically like so much more inspired and focused because I just declutter and I feel fresh. And you can declutter your home as well. Just declutter and tune in. I feel like that's really part of tuning in, that to declutter and focus only on the important stuff. And the most important thing is always yourself and your own magic. So step in your magic. So I'm really curious how your own experience will be with decluttering. Let me know if you are like me and you just buy stuff all the time that you don't consume or you're not able to digest, and if you are like constantly expanding your wish list of books and stuff, because I know I'm not the only person that is that way. In fact, like my very best friend, I mentioned that on Instagram, and my very best friend, she just answered me and was like, oh yes, I'm just so the same. And we are not the only ones. It happens, and I mean, it's good that we are so driven and we want to learn a lot, but we have to really focus on our energy. So it's all about balancing your energy and your focus. So of course, if you really want to learn more about balancing and getting rid of the overwhelm, please grab the audio training. I can only recommend it to you. And maybe if you spring clean your home, you can listen to it and you can really see how important it is to balance and harmonize your energy, because it will bring you more success. Even if you feel like you do less, you will actually do more and be more successful. So grab the audio training, the link is below, and until then, we will see each other with a fresh spring clean next time. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this.